Hey everybody, welcome back to the podcast. I'm Finley, and today you guys have back on who I would think is your favorite person because it has the most views and listens when he comes on here.
Yeah, that's
but
right.
and his ego goes a little bit up,
Just kidding.
which is kind of funny because this podcast is, but it's okay. Anyways, I just like
All
hate it on
right, restart.
myself.
You need to restart.
No, I don't. It's fine.
You can't hate on your own podcast.
Well, it's fine.
Okay, fine.
Anyway, so today we're going to be doing a Q&A of questions you guys have commented below, and then one special question I have for Whit at the end that I didn't tell him about.
She hasn't told me any of the questions.
Well, no, I haven't told him, but I told him we were doing a Q&A, but I didn't tell him what we're doing at the end. So,
Oh,
he is being dragged down here against his will, you know.
true.
Okay, so do you want to jump right into the first question?
Fire away.
Well, the last question that was commented was, what is your favorite Bible verse? And you've got a fun story about where it is.
My favorite Bible verse is John 16:34. It says, "In this world you will have tribulation, but take heart, I have overcome the world." And I like it because we will go through different trials through life and different circumstances that are tough, but we know how the story ends. So yeah, I think it's a hope-filled verse. I like it.
And do you want to tell them about your tattoo of it?
Yeah, I did get a tattoo of it on my arm, and it's of a globe. It's on this arm, on the back side, and it says "Overcome the world" around it, and then at the bottom it has John 16:34 in Roman numerals. So
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a cool tattoo.
Thanks.
So, I guess I should say mine. My
Yeah.
favorite Bible verse is Philippians 1:6, and it says, "For he who created a good work in you will perfect it until the day of Jesus Christ." And I just like that because, I don't know, it's a good reminder of, like, every time you feel like, you know, you don't have enough to keep going, it's like, no, he's still working on you. When you mess up, it's okay. Like, he's there to redeem you. And so I think it's just a really good reminder, kind of in any situation. It's a good reminder.
Yeah.
So that's why I like that. The next question is, what is your favorite song?
That's hard. I have a wide genre of music, but
He's got good taste every time we're in the car.
since being at the beach recently, and we're going to Hawaii soon, I'd have to say anything by Jack Johnson right now is my favorite. Probably out of his music, I like Never Know is my favorite, I think. Yeah. What about you?
That's really hard. Probably anything by like Dan and Shay right now. I'm a country. In the fall, I'm a country music person, and Dan and Shay is just a good.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah. You're like it's shaking.
Sorry.
But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Hawaii. We are going to Hawaii soon. And
Yeah, we are.
Hold on. 22.
My third time.
19, 18, 17.
Her first.
In 16 days.
Are you serious?
Yeah. 16 days.
What's today?
It's the 5th. Or 17.
We leave on the 21st. So 16 days. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's soon. So,
Wow.
super excited because it's not just like all of our first time, like he knows kind of, well, he's been there a few times, so like he knows where to go and where to have fun. So, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, it will be fun.
And then I was going to say something else. Oh yeah, he has good music taste. Every time we're in the car, I always end up adding a song or two or all to my playlist because he's got good taste. So I'm the kind of person that will add something to my playlist and then I listen to that same song for a few months until I literally get so sick of it. So, yeah. Next question is, do you like to read?
I do. I love reading. Right now, I'm reading a couple of different books. I'm listening to an audiobook called Tap Code, and it's a really interesting book about a prisoner of the Vietnam War who was kept in a Korean War camp. Very interesting. And he was trapped there for 8 years and then was reunited with his wife and kids. And then I'm reading a John Grisham book right now called The Exchange. It's a very good book. I really like that. I just finished The Sun Does Shine, which is about a guy who was on or falsely accused of murder and put on death row for like 30 years, and then was released after they realized he was the wrong guy. So yeah, I love reading. Read the Bible. So.
Yeah, it really depends on the genre, the honestly season of the year, whether or not I like to read. If I'm being told to read, like for school, most of the time I don't like it unless it's about something like history. I like reading about history, like things like that. Like that's interesting to me. But if it's about something boring, I like reading like love stories. There's a series called The Selection that me and my friends were obsessed with in our last year of middle school. And one of us is actually, it's not me, one of my friends though, she's actually rereading it again right now. I like things like that. I like to read when we go to the beach or in the summer and I'm laying out at the pool. Like then I like to read. In the fall, if it's like fall weather outside and I have nothing to do, I'll go outside and read. But other than that, or if we're on a plane, but I don't like to just, if I'm busy, I don't make reading a priority. I don't know. It's just not really my thing. Or if I'm tired, I can't do it. So yeah. What was, since you're not in school, but what was your favorite subject in school?
I was not a fan of school really at all. But probably Spanish because of my teacher. I had a great Spanish teacher in high school. And then my second would be, I had this honors lit class in 10th grade that I had a really passionate teacher. Passionate about the books we read, so it made it interesting. Probably those two, but otherwise nothing. No, this was at Cherokee High School. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, for me, I would say I'm not taking a history class this year. It's just not one of my like electives or whatever. But I would say history probably. And I did have a really fun Spanish teacher. I don't like Spanish in general, but I did like my Spanish class last year because I had a really fun Spanish teacher. And then probably biology, just because it's like kind of interesting and it's not hard. Like as long as you memorize the definitions, like you know what you're getting when you go to take a test. It's not like confusing to where it's like you have to know, it's no numbers yet.
What are your grades right now?
In biology?
In everything.
Oh gosh, this is vulnerability right here. Let's look. I know I have a good grade in biology. Biology is 100. Freshman focus is 100. Geography is a 99. Geometry is an 88, and lit comp is an 87. I need to fix both of those. And then Spanish is a 95.
Not bad.
Not bad. No, I do need to bring up lit comp especially. I've never been good at like composition at lit comp. I always have a B in for some reason, and it's always because of my papers. I suck at writing. Actually, I talk a lot, so I feel like I should be good at writing papers, but I'm not good at like structurizing it. It's like, kind of thrown out there. So yeah, next question was, do you have a girlfriend?
Nope.
And I do not have a boyfriend, so we're both single.
Yep.
Next.
Finley has been asked to homecoming.
Okay, I knew you were gonna throw that in there.
I think we should throw that in the podcast. I think the viewers would be very interested.
Yes, I did get asked.
Let's talk about it.
Well.
So first of all, how did it all come about?
Oh my gosh, wait. I guess the key word today is vulnerability. It was kind of random.
I didn't think she was going to be asked because we're coming up on homecoming, not because she's great, people would, but no one had, and I didn't really see anybody of her friend group that I was like is going to ask.
Yeah.
But then,
out of nowhere, we were at the
someone
beach.
Calls our dad.
Yeah, someone does call my dad, and he asked if he could take me to homecoming, and my dad said yes, but he was like, my family went to a bonfire one night at the beach, and I didn't stay with my family. I stayed with another family, and so there was a guy that goes to school with me at the bonfire that my family went to, and he had been there the year before when we went, and it was fun and whatever, and so
I still haven't met this kid yet.
Basically, yeah, I guess he just was like, oh, that'd be fun.
But then let's talk about how he actually asked you.
So how he asked me was, I was at school and I walk up to carpool, and I'd kind of been the last one in the basement, and I was like, this is kind of weird, because Reese was like, let's go to the bathroom, and she was like stalling in there, and I was like, Reese, come on, let's go, like my mom gets here, I need to like be ready to go. She was like, okay, 1 second, like she stalled, and then finally we walked upstairs, and I walk into the cafeteria, and like everyone kind of watched me as I walk in. And then I kind of standing there, and people are coming up and sticking like cameras in my faces and being like, how do you feel, blah, blah, blah. And I like started to expect, I was like, oh, I know what's happening. Like, because my dad had also told me that he had called and asked. And so he walks in and he had a poster, and it was like, because I wasn't at the beach, it said like, missed you at the beach, but I don't want to miss you at Hoko. And then he had flowers for me.
Should we show them the picture?
No.
Of the flowers?
Oh, of the flowers, sure.
We'll show you a
But
picture of the flowers.
Not of him, because I don't want to do that to him. That would be. The flowers were very pretty. He did a really good job. They're like sunflowers. So, if you're listening on Spotify, that means you just need to go watch on YouTube and subscribe on YouTube to be able to see the flowers.
And like and comment and share.
All of the above, yes. So, next is, do you prefer the beach or the mountains? I know
beach,
your answer.
110%.
Yeah, he's beach. For me, that's hard. I don't like sand. Sand annoys me. Gets in your bed, gets in your hair, gets everywhere, and you can't stop it. I hate sand. But I love the beach. But I would say mountains for me, because, like, you can do fun things. You have to be with the right people, though.
So if you were told, we're taking the week off, we're either going to go to a lake house or back to the beach house, what would you pick?
If we had friends, lake house. If it was just our family, beach.
Okay.
But, like, if we have friends, like, we can go out and do fun things.
What if we had friends going to both?
That's kind of hard, too, because when we have friends at the beach, it is fun because we drive out places. I don't know. I'd say I'm pretty equal.
Yeah.
I'm pretty equal. So, yeah, next is, what is your favorite book of the Bible? This kind of goes back to Bible verse. I have to think.
Probably Romans. Right now I'm reading in Jeremiah and Revelation is very interesting. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts on it too, trying to understand it all, but probably Romans.
Yeah. I would say I have 3. Number 1, Genesis, because I think the whole story about creation, it's just, there's so much you can pull out of it, even just with one verse, like, just talking about how, like, when God kicked Adam and Eve out of the garden, just learning that, like, he didn't do that because, like, he was mad at them. Like, Jesus forgave them, but, like, he kicked them out of the garden because if they kept eating from the tree of life as sinners, then they would be eternally separated from him. But he kicked them out so he could make a way for them to get back to the tree of life eventually. And just learning about things like that, to me, are just like, oh, we have such a, like, gracious God. And then I would say Revelation is really interesting, and then Ruth. Ruth is a really good book. I just love the story of Ruth and how faithful she was. Yeah, I just think that's a really cool story. And it's not a super long book, and it's pretty clear and kind of just says it right then and there. So
nice.
Yeah. Next is favorite movie. Did we already ask this?
I'm not a movie person, so I don't know. But we did just go watch a movie in the theaters called The Forge, and I thought that was an amazing movie. It was really good.
Yeah. I didn't go and see that with them. I stayed home. That's hard too. I like the movie The Proposal. I think that's a funny movie. I love rom-coms. The Proposal, what else? The Wedding Planner, that's a good one. Oh, and we just watched the new movie Twisters. Mm-hmm. That was a good movie. I like that movie a lot. Yeah, or I like the Oceans movies, Oceans 8, Oceans 11.
Yeah.
Those are good.
Yeah.
Good movies. I like funny movies. That's kind of me and Hudson are kind of like that. I know you like the movies too.
Yeah, I'm more of a show person.
Yeah.
But
if you guys can hear my sibling screaming outside, my dog barking, ignore that. That's the one.
That's why we podcast at home.
This is why
we keep it. We keep it real.
We do, and this is the one like annoying part about filming down here is when people are outside, you can hear them. Hear them very well. Okay, the next question. Those are all the Q&A. Oh my. Those are. What?
Well, hey viewers, since it's just me and you, let's take a look at Finley's phone. Oh, wow. I'm on her home screen. Ha! What do you know? Oh, man. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Nothing. We're just talking.
We?
Yeah. Me and your viewers.
You and my viewers, okay. Anyways, the last, that was all the Q&A. I already said that. But, my last question is, and I don't really know how to word this, but I heard someone ask it the other day. And I was like, this would be a really good podcast topic. And I feel like we could make a whole nother podcast out of this, but you can just answer sweet and short and sweet. But how do you get out of sin that you like?
Huh. Well, I actually read a verse recently. My grandmother gave me these they're like business cards, and they have a Bible verse on them, and they have like my name incorporated into the verses, like as if the Bible's speaking directly to me. And so I read one every morning, and one said, it's a Psalms, and it said, "Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart." And it was really comforting, because I was like, wow, if I just like turn my focus, what does that look like? Like, He's not a genie in the bottle that like I just, can get what I want because I delight myself in Him. But then I went to the footnotes in my Bible in that verse, and it said, when you delight yourself in the Lord, the desires of your heart will change to be things that you desire that are from Him. And so that's what He, will enable you to get. And so with all that to be said, I think that when you choose to delight yourself in the Lord, that He will put conviction in your heart for the things that maybe are standing in the way of you and Him. So things maybe are directly sinful, and then there are other things that aren't directly sinful but could be things that are just a roadblock in between you and being able to achieve like righteousness, I guess. Like things like giving up, like setting aside time, to read your word, be in prayer, that kind of thing. Like, not that it's a sin to go straight into your day and to skip it. It's not that it's sinful, but it's just like, it's a roadblock,
Yeah.
You need to make time. So anyways, I think when you decide for yourself that you want to, fully delight yourself in the Lord, that your heart will convict you of those things, and you have to quit. You have to stop whatever those things are that are roadblocks, or else you're living a double life. That's what I would consider being a lukewarm Christian would be, is someone who says they proclaim, but they don't stop the things that are roadblocks in between you and God.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's a really good answer. A good scripture you're able to pull out of that. I would say number one, bring in accountability, because like if you're doing it alone, it's going to be 10 times harder to tackle than if you bring in someone that you trust and you say, hey, I'm struggling with this. I need help. Like, I can't do this on my own. And make sure it's someone you trust, because also like not only that they're like not even that they're not going to go tell everybody, but that they're actually going to try and help you and actually try and make the time to be checking and being like, hey, how's this going? Like, hey, things like that. And then I would also say just like, point your focus more on Christ. And if you're praying and you're in His Word, then He will start to give you desires for Him and not desires for things of this world. So, but your answer covered.
I like it.
That's good. Yeah, well, that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you guys next time.
Bye. See y'all.